ask you, have you ever felt like the world's against you? That the world is mocking you? Or all that you think that's important? The world truly doesn't understand your perspective, your priorities, your values. Maybe so much so that it can feel a little bit like hate. You know, hate is a dislike intensely or passionately. To feel an extreme aversion for or extreme hostility toward or to detest something. When might the world show us that they hate us? Maybe a political clash. Maybe when we welcome those who are a part of the LGBTQIA plus community as people of value. Maybe when we take a stand having to do with the growing gun violence in our country. When we support those who are leaving their countries for a better life, a safer life, and they're desiring to live among us. Maybe it's when we stand with our sister and brothers of color, becoming allies, advocates, as we stand and recognize that we have a system of racism in our culture and what that impact has had on our country and our sisters and brothers. The Voice says this in John 15:8. If you find that the world despises you, remember that before it despised you, it despised me. If you are a product of the world order, then it would love you. But you are not a product of the world order because I have taken you out of it. And it despises you for that very reason. So how might the world show us that they hate us? That we might experience hate. I mean, we may see hate by the disproportionate use of guns aimed at our Black and brown siblings. We see hate when specific communities are targeted, like synagogues, Jehovah's Witness, churches, nightclub, social clubs, community, grocery stores in Black and Latino communities. We might see hate there. And when we hear words of hate aimed toward us, when others don't understand or agree or respect with us because of our perspective and that it doesn't match with theirs, we may find ourselves in a shouting match of sorts. Some lose jobs. Some are banished, disrespected, ostracized because of who they love and accept for the faith that they believe, how they speak. The Passion says, John 15:18 and 19 this way. Just remember, when the unbelieving world hates you, they first hated me. They would love and welcome you as one of their own, but because you won't align yourself with the values of this world, they will hate you. I have chosen you and taken you out of the world to be mine. Those are powerful words of Jesus. And not that it ever feels good, but when we find ourselves on the other side of hate, it may be wise to remind ourselves that we aren't the first one. We are never alone. And we are in good company. Jesus said, they first hated me. I have walked this path. I have stirred their fear and challenged their power simply by loving everybody always. And they hated me for it. Jesus said, I have chosen you. Wow. I mean, he believes that we can walk this path with him. So much so that he chose us to be with him, to be like him. And to be like him means we can expect to feel the hate right along with him. I don't know about you, but I can carry more when others are walking and standing with me, sharing the intensity and the feeling the extreme. I so appreciate Jesus letting us know that if the world hates you, remember they hated me first. If you belong to the world would love you as it loves its own people. But I have chosen you to be different from those in the world. So you don't belong to the world. And that's why the world hates you. Letting us know the reality that when we've chosen to be like Jesus, we have been chosen by him to live differently in the world. And then we choose to follow Jesus, to live authentically like Jesus. The world will be challenged as it was when he lived. And we too will know the hate and the scourge. But experiencing and feeling the hate means the world sees us living with him and loving like him. And you know what? I'm good with that. Bring on the hate if they see that I'm more like Jesus. Gracious God, the hate in our world seems to be getting stirred and comes out in so many ways. But Jesus reminds us that we have been chosen by him to live a different kind of life, to live a life that respects others, that values others, that affirms others, that loves others. That even when the world doesn't understand, that we are to give grace. And when we do, when we see beyond ourselves, when we look for the needs of others, when others are hurting and we want to meet that need and others don't understand, we too will experience the hate that is expressed, the hate that is shared. But we are not the first ones, and we will not be the last ones. I am so grateful that Jesus chose us, and that when we follow him, when we live like him, when we love like him, the world won't know. The world won't understand. And that's when we will experience hate. Bring it on. I'd rather experience hate because I'm living like Jesus than to be loved because I'm not living like Jesus. I confess it's not always easy, but encourage and empower me to love beyond anything the world has to offer, to love like Jesus. It's in him I pray. Amen. Loving like Jesus isn't always easy. And sometimes if we can pause and take a breath when somebody is saying words of hate toward us, it gives us a moment to reflect and to remember to be and love and respond as Jesus did. So Kathy, teach us. Help us to breathe in ways that can fill us, to give us strength and power so that hate won't stick and love will be shared. Thanks, my friend.
Welcome to our breathing practice today. If you can get to the edge of your chair so that your back is separated from the back of the chair, or sit cross-legged like I am on the ground, allow the torso to lift and shoulders to drop. And then just bring relaxation to your face by opening and closing your mouth. Let the jaw relax. And then just let your eyes soften. Maybe they'll close, maybe not. Today we're really going to concentrate on our belly breathing. So place one hand on your heart and one hand on the abdominal area, either the upper or you can take it down. And as you inhale, feel the abdominal area push out. Exhale. Feel it push in. Inhale. Exhale. Now we'll count to 5 as we inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow your breathing to come back to a gentle inhale and exhale. And notice how the belly rises and falls or pushes out and comes back endlessly. This is prana, this is life channeling through you. And then release your hands, bring your hands to prayer. Thanks for practicing with me.